starting quiet tonight, and in a moment I'm going to light a candle for this session. I'd like you to write on your own piece of paper a blessing or an invocation or a wish for us for this session. Could be just very brief. Just feeling into this evening. And just wave at me when you've done that. Okay, another minute. And if you could sit so that we can see you. So Nicola, you just joined. So all we're doing is we just had a minute to write a few words of an invocation or a blessing or a wish for this evening. And then we're going to say them. And I'll light a candle when we've heard from everybody. And so if you could receive everyone, so have your eyes open now and take us all in. And then one person begins, says that you'll need to unmute yourself, you say your words, and then you say the name of somebody else. And we just go around quite simply like that. Go for it, Janet, yes.
I said I'm hoping to find, or hope we find, enjoyment through connection. Carol?
Wishing warmth, love and joy for all this evening. Beverly.
Thank you. I wish serenity for the group. I wish the group focus. And I wish the group assuredness. Santoshi.
I wish us all love and nourishment and uplifting hearts for us and for those who are not present today. Rasmus.
In fact, I did a drawing. It's not possible to see, but it was a drawing with something going down, connection down and connection up. And I pass on to Nicola.
I don't know what I wish for the group. For myself, I wish comfort, and for the group, whatever the group wishes. I don't know what the group wishes. Water.
I wish us and myself freedom, lightness, no thinking, no judging, no self-judgment, and letting go. And I give the word to Nino.
May we all grow and change. May we all be happy. Marie.
Thank you. May we be blessed with connection, integrity, and presence. And I pass on to Nina.
I wish the group fluid movement with the little sparks of inspiration. Did anybody not go? And I pass on to Anna.
I wish everyone that we feel connected and harmonious and peaceful after this session.
Okay, for all those words, and also remembering all the people who aren't here, and particularly Anne, who has COVID at the moment and isn't very well.
Angela, is Anne in Brazil or is it Anna?
Anne in England.
Okay, yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. So we're going to start with a movement practice, and you can do this off the camera. It's something for yourself. It's not something where we're interacting with each other, and it's not with music. It's quiet, and you come up onto your feet. I'll talk it through a little bit now, and then we'll do it. You come up onto your feet, and you first start to notice or scan the whole of your body. Everywhere, just notice what's happening in the moment, what's going on, how are you, and taking good time to do that. And then whatever's going on inside you, whether that is a physical sensation or a feeling or a stream of thought, you just move with what is there in you. And that's it. It's just meeting what's going on inside you with movement. So we're not dancing. We're not going to show one another this. This is like, how are you meeting yourself? So if you have space where you are, you can move away from the camera. If you don't have a lot of space, you can do this thing called hide self view, which is up at the top. There are 3 where the mute button is. If you click on your screen, anybody need that first of all, before I go into all of that? Everybody, can you just find a space near where you are? Lovely. Okay. So stand up. Oh, could you mute yourselves as well so that we don't hear anybody else's moving around? Thanks. So first of all, just kind of doing nothing at all, but simply landing in your body and noticing your feet. And as you notice what's happening inside you, you just move with it. You might even notice numbness. Can you just move with the numbness? It doesn't have to be spectacular, big things. So just taking the time to be noticing, sensing. Can you feel your feet on the ground? Feel that connection with the ground. Can you feel your hips? What's happening in your hips? Just listening in and moving without any judgment, without any pushing. And your belly. What can you feel in your belly? And what do you notice in your chest? Even feeling nothing or feeling numb is to notice, important to notice. Then move with the numbness. If you're watching this recording afterwards, please do the exercise and follow along. The throat and neck, the shoulders. And then coming to the end of this first piece, and end with giving some acknowledgement to yourself that you're ending, a nod, a bow, a hug to you, for you. And come and sit with us without any hurrying. And just come to a still place. And you can close your eyes. And just rest there for a moment. And notice the whole body. And then take your pen and journal or paper. And we have a time just for you to write without stopping. Just write whatever wants to come out. This is not to share, it's for you. but just to let whatever wants to come spontaneously flow without thinking or judging what is coming, and without stopping, just an outpour. If you prefer to draw rather than write words, you can also do that, but just keep your pen or pencil moving. Oh, one more minute. Okay, and then finishing off that last sentence. Okay, so we're going to do a check-in, and in the check-in, everybody, I invite all of you to hold the space for everybody. So just do whatever you need to do to open, bring your awareness to everybody, open your heart. And so the check-in is to notice, drop into your body when it's your turn, and tell us how you're feeling. And that is how you're feeling in the moment that it's your turn, not how you're feeling 10 minutes ago or the story of what's been happening to you, but just right now, what do you notice, what's happening? And it can be a couple of words, it can be a sentence, it's not a paragraph, it's not many sentences, just so that we get a sense of where everybody is at the moment. And anybody can begin, and you unmute and you tell us how you're doing, and then invite somebody.
I'm feeling a golden layer of compassion on top of a tired body.
Can you invite someone, Huta?
Sorry. I invite Anna L.
I'm feeling happy to be with you here. Also sad. I don't know why. I invite Beverly.
Thank you. I'm feeling slightly panicky at the thought of having to say something. As when we were sitting here, I could feel my heart beating really fast, and it's still beating really fast. I'm also feeling safe. Marie.
Thank you. I'm feeling a bit queasy because I've taken a migraine pill. So a bit tight, still a bit tight. But really glad to have done that exercise, the moving that we just did. That was really, really good. And I invite Nino.
Centered. Present. Listening. Expanding belly. Spaciousness. I invite Carol.
Landing, landing here, and feeling of light. I invite Nicola.
I feel frustrated. My lungs are a bit fragile. My airways, I should say. In the chest area. Yeah, frustrated. And I invite Nina.
I feel grounded. I feel a little bit solid. And I feel like I'm on a cusp of a lot of big space. Can't quite explain it. And there's something else, a little bit daring. And I invite Santoshi.
Thank you. I I feel physically tired, especially around my eyes and my back. And at the same time, I sense energies coming in. I also feel present. I think that is that. I invite Janet.
Thank you. I have a feeling a little quiet and calm, but with a little edge of disquiet bubbling. And I invite Rasmus.
I feel my breathing in another way than normally. And I don't think there's very many feelings there. It's just the breathing and something old. Am I the last one, or?
Wave if you didn't go yet. Oh, you're the last one. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. So we're about a third of the way through the 12-week process, roughly. And it's very useful for me to get information about how things are going. And some people I know something of because I've had a one-to-one session, but I also want to use a bit of time now to get to understand how you're doing and how the course is going, and also for you to reflect on how you are doing in this process in relation to where you were at the beginning and where you hope to be. So we're going to be in groups of 3. And the way this works is you decide in your group who will be the timer. Somebody has to hold time. So for that, you will need a watch or a phone or something like that, or you watch on the computer. Only one person at a time needs to do that. And in the group of 3, so say if it was my turn, I was speaking and Rasmus and Beverly were with me, all that they are doing is holding the space for me to speak into. That's it. You don't comment, you don't have to nod, you don't have to agree, nothing like that. You're just holding the space. And I have 2 minutes just to talk about how I'm doing in the course, what's happening with my intention, how much time I'm spending in the course, stuff outside of the live sessions. Those and some other things that I will talk about in a bit. They're important for me to know and important for you to reflect on. So, William, if you could just put those questions in the chat, what I just mentioned. Or maybe I have to do that. Let me see. Oh. Yeah, there we are. What you're enjoying in the course, what's happening in relation to your desired intention for the course, how much time do you give to it beyond the live sessions? So you have a couple of minutes to just talk your way through those things. And then you swap over. So there's no talking or discussing between the 3. And then somebody else goes, someone else holds the time until everybody's spoken. And if you should finish speaking before the end of your 2 minutes, then it's still your 2 minutes. So then you're just in quiet. Well, the other people are holding space for you. Okay, William, and William is actually joining in one of the groups here, just to help me a little bit, make up the numbers. So you'll be invited to a breakout room now. Santoshi? You did, okay. I've just
pressed the wrong button. It was like 2 choices: leave the room or leave the meeting, or the whole thing. And then I chose wrong.
I also have to leave the universe, but I didn't do.
You didn't do that.
Okay, no joking.
Just have to wait a moment for everyone. Somebody else did the same thing. I just have a small thing with William to sort out. William, you need to come back in the main room, I think. Okay. Okay, so our messaging system has broken down because William went in a room. Can you, if you can post the link that I need now, William, that would be great. Otherwise you send it to me. Everybody else just have a stretch or a rest or a drink of water or whatever it is that you need. Okay, good. We've got it. So everybody in the course, I'm going to ask you to fill this form in that just take a few minutes. And the people, as you're here, we're going to do it now. And then if you're watching the recording, you also do it now. So you click on it and it will take you straight there. And it's something of what you've already spoken about and a couple of other questions. You should see it in the chat.
Angela, do we fill it in the chat?
No, you click on it.
Ah.
Click on it and it will take you to where you fill it in.
Okay. Ah, okay.
By the way, in case you were wondering, nobody sees what you're writing but me. I'm talking to you and you can't hear me. If you've finished, can you wave at me so I can see about where we are? Okay, okay, still a few more minutes. And if you have finished, can you just finish with that, submit it or let go of it or whatever it is that you have to do with it. And then and then come back into your body. Come back into your body means bring your awareness down. So when we do what we've just been doing, our attention comes up here, our energy comes up here, up in the head and shoulders and stuff. So then come back down here, feel you've got legs and feet, belly, genitals, you've got a whole other thing. And bring yourself down there and just move a little bit with your body while we're waiting for everybody else. That same thing we were doing at the beginning, just listening to what your body, what's happening, and move those sensations or feelings. So wave if you're still writing, then I know if people are. Okay.
I didn't look. It's just me or more people?
Just there's you and Anna.
I'm rounding up.
Okay. So think about your spine for a moment and think about moving around your spine. So if you feel your spine's in the middle, and then if you were to make a circle with your body, so you're circling kind of around the spine. And then the other way. And then just also your head very gently, just moving your head, which is just thinking about the top of the back of the neck, just a little move, just a little movement, nothing too aggressive. Backwards and forwards. Okay, maybe Uta and Anna, you could finish this later.
I'm ready.
Okay, good. So now let's do, I want to do a different kind of exercise with you. First of all, I'd like you need to make a pathway across the room that you're in. And you want the pathway to be as long as it can be. So by that, I mean, look at the room that you're in, and you need a starting point at one end and a finishing point at the other. And first of all, just walk that so that you know where it starts and where it ends. So you walk that pathway so you know where it is, starts and ends, and then you come and sit down. I'll tell you the next bit. Very good. Who's that up there? Rasmus has disappeared. Rasmus, have you gone for a cup of tea? Okay, so this is your pathway. Now, I'd like you to take one aspect of where you would like to be at the end of this course. Just one thing so that you have something concrete, lighter, freer, or something specific. Now that is at one end of the path. Just choose which end that goes. That's at one end of it. The other end of the path is this moment now, where you are now. So just walk it again, just so you know, you walk from now to the end of the course to where you want to be at the end of the course. Great, good. And then you come back. We're just sort of mapping the shape of the thing, so you know the shape of it first. Gradually moving into the exercise. Okay. Oh, everybody back. I know you can probably hear me. I just feel a bit more reassured if I can also see you. It's very strange, when I did that exercise at the beginning where I said you can go off camera, I was like, well, that was a stupid thing to do. I can't see what's happening. I can't see what anybody's doing. Anyway, so now this is what happens. The first step of the exercise is you go to the end of the path, which is this moment now, and you tune into your body in this moment, how you're feeling in this moment. And then you gradually, it takes about a minute, over 1 minute, you're going to move along the path any way you like, move any way you like. And you're going to end up at this place, and you're going to be in your body, in the place of where you would like to be, as though by magic you got there. So for example, if I am feeling like this right now, I'm just feeling like this, and I want to feel like that at the end, Then I'm going to let my body go somehow all the way over a minute, moving across the room. And I'm going to end up after a minute like this. That's a very crude version of it. So the first time we do it, it's 1 minute. And when you get to the end, I want you to stay in that end position and feel how your body is in that different position. Everybody got it so far? Nod if you've got it.
Can you repeat one more time, because I don't get the now fully. Like,
okay. Yeah, neither do I. So you just start from this moment tonight, Thursday the 18th. No, it isn't. It's the 14th of January. This moment now. You move from now into the future. Okay. Into whatever the date is, 22nd of March. And what it is that you're trying it on in a way. You're trying on the feeling of what you want to be.
And the end is like where you really want to end, like in 1 minute. Okay, yeah, sorry, then I get it. Yeah, thanks.
Okay, starting positions, please. So before we're not going to rush this exercise, because I want you to, now that you've heard all the exercise and all the me messing about, just arrive again, land again, notice your body again, how you're feeling now, how you are now. And then you're going to move when I say go. You have a minute to move into the future. Okay. Moving anywhere you like along that pathway to the future. Your body can do whatever it wants. You have a whole minute to get there. You're a quarter of the way. Halfway. Three-quarters of the way. Sorry, that's three-quarters of the way. And you're coming up the last days of the course. The last day of the course, and there you are. And stay there in this different shape. And then relax and come back here again. So we're going to work this in different ways. And come and sit down again. So now you know the direction. You know where you're ending up. Now we're going to spend more time. And this time you're going to be muted. I think everybody's muted here. Yeah. You can use your voice as you're moving. I don't want you to think so much as you have to go along a line like this, like a soldier. It's more, it could be anything. Maybe you stop for a bit here. It could be your own journey. And this time you have more time, and you can use your voice and your breath, and notice any resistance that you meet along this path, along the way to going to where you want to be. Any thought, any feeling that comes up that's like, but this is, you'll never get that, whatever it is, because then we're going to do something with them. So this time, a little bit deeper exploration with your voice and your breath and your body. 2 minutes to go from one place to the other, noticing what comes up or what happens to you on the way. Here we go. So go into your starting position again. I'm just going to say we're halfway, just to orient you. I'm not going to say anything else. Okay, Off you go. Halfway. And coming into the end position and just stay there and feel that. Feel that body, that feeling. And come back to the computer and your paper and pen and drawing stuff. And without thinking too much, just catch down anything that's important that you felt, that you experienced, that you noticed in words, in colors. Okay, that's enough for now. You can carry on with that later. If some things have bubbled up, then I invite you to spend some time at the end of the class when we've finished and go into that a bit more. For now, I want you to pick something that you noticed on the way. It might have been a resistance. It might have been one of your saboteurs. It might have been a voice in your head, but I want you to pick one of those elements, qualities, beings. It can be vague, it can be very precise, doesn't really matter. And then stand up. Stand up and just have it in your body. This thing that gets in your way or got in your way just now. So take it into, now we're going to move into a game with this. So just take something into your body. And let us see in front of the camera so we can see these. Okay, so I'm going to invite you now to start to play with this. So this is an aspect of you, all of it is in you. And we're just going to get to know something by playing with it a little bit. And when I say play, well, first of all, it's in your body. And what happens to your face? What happens to your eyes? What happens to your back? What happens to your hips? Where's the weight of this thing? And just have a pause there. So you've got something now. Now I want you to lighten it a little bit. Just like it's a cartoon, or it's something in a kid's film. So it has its root in an actual aspect of you, but now we're lightening it and playing with it a little bit. This quality. Okay, lovely. Very, very nice. If you go onto somewhere on the line where you encountered this when you first met it, somewhere on that line on your path. It's like, this is where, let's imagine if this was a story, this is the part of the story where the character's going down the road and this appears. Personified, it comes out in an embodied form. It's this shape, it has this kind of voice, it has this kind of back, it has this kind of face, it has this kind of energy, it has this kind of expression. And for yourself, just where you are, give it a sentence it likes to say, or a riddle it likes to say, or a poem, you know, like Gollum in The Lord of the Rings is always talking about precious, my precious. It's like you could sum up that character in that little phrase. What is this thing that you are being? What is it obsessed with? What is its sentence? And what is its song? So it's not something you know in your head, it's something that will come out of your body, come out of your movement, comes out of you just opening your voice.
Angela, is this the caricature version we're doing, or the original
This is all caricature now. This is all, we're playing with it. We're playing with it. So it had a root in something of you, and now we're bringing it into play.
Okay, thanks.
Very nice. And just come forward to the camera a moment. Come so we can see you. Come as this thing. Come as this thing. This is the audition of the things. Come up closer, things. Come up closer, things. Let's see you, you things. Look at you, things. Come down a wee bit lower, Nicola, so we can see. Yeah. And come a bit closer to the camera. Look at you, things. Marvelous looking things. And just unmute yourself for a moment so we can hear a little bit of the sound of the things. We'll unmute everybody. Okay, very good. And be quiet, things. Things, be quiet. You have to listen to me. Now, just now then, let's say that there's a scale of 1 to 10. 10 is full out horror, drama, going for the Oscar, full out performance. We're not doing that. We don't want to frighten one another to death before we go to bed at night. So it's not that. 1 would be, it's not even visible to you. It's so not expressed. So I want you to come to about 4 or 5. So not full out scary monster, halfway. Could we just see you and hear you at halfway, things, with your song? I see. Very, very nice. Thank you very much. Very good. Okay, now you get to play. You're going to get to play for a couple of minutes as this with somebody else. When you get in a group with another person, if you both go at it all at the same time, we know nobody can hear anything. So one person sing your song, be your thing for a little bit. There's a little pause. The other person be your thing, sing your song. And the key now is to enjoy this. It's to find the pleasure. To find the pleasure of this movement and this song. Here we go. So enjoy playing it. Here we go. You're going in a room now. So if you put your hands on the top of your head like this, and you're just going to stroke away what you've just been playing with. So imagine that you're stroking it away and out of your body and out of your system. So we're just stroking away what we've just been playing with, stroking it off and away from your head, off and away from your shoulders, off and away from your arms and your chest and your back and your legs. I think everyone's back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. Okay, so very nice. Let's hear how that was. So, but we just have an open space for a few minutes. We sort of just began a process, but because not everybody's here, we'll go into it a bit more when everybody's present. But how is it so far?
That was fun.
Who's speaking?
Nicola.
Oh yeah.
That was really fun, and we had time, and so we had a dialogue.
Yeah.
And that was really, really nice.
Who were you with? Who were you with, Nicola?
I was with Marie, and I was really impressed how eloquent this part is in me and in her. It's very clear. They know exactly who they are and what they want.
Yeah.
In a way, clearer than other communications or aspects.
Anybody else find that there was a clarity that this part of you has, or a weight, or a water?
Yeah, it was like an unmasking, or like a revealing of a strong force.
Yeah.
And I could really like, prior to the little groups, I could really, when you said go back to the place in the room, I could really feel it where it was kicking in. So that was quite impressive. Yeah. And it felt liberating to give space to this part, to actually put it in the light and let it also have what it wanted to say or something.
Yeah.
Not judging it, just how do you say it? Make a feast of it. Give him space.
Like celebrate
it. Celebrating him. That was really nice. It felt really good.
Yeah. Anyone else discover anything or would like to say anything about that? Yes, Santoshi.
Yeah, it struck me how strong it was in a way. Very kind of energetic, even though it's at least it's a force that kind of holds at least me down, and I can really sense the power of it. It's enormous powerful, and in that sense clear, but even though it's not a clear energy, but you can't do it in another way. So in that sense it's so sharp, clear what it is and who it is and so on, even though it's not so easy to describe in words. Energetically it's extremely strong and clear.
What is it like to, because there are, of course, we all know there are other processes that we can use to work with these aspects that we maybe don't know or don't allow or feel like they're not us and we try and push away or so on. But what was it like for you to play them? Or play it? Nina?
I feel like towards the end, this character was becoming more of a caricature. I think at first I was a little bit at the point where we started, I'm not sure if it was supposed to be a caricature, but it wasn't. I think where I landed, it was kind of, I started to feel it. But I think at the end of our interaction, we were with Anna, and it wasn't a dialogue. We were kind of showing off. It felt like to me I was showing off my thing, and she was showing off her thing. And it was becoming caricaturistic, and that was nice because it started losing its seriousness.
Yeah. Yeah. So we can, I mean, there's lots of directions we can go in. But one thing is to get to the pleasure of this, whatever it is, to find the pleasure of it rather than the horror of it or the fear of it, but to, you know, because when we play, we're doing something different.
Yeah, I really. Sorry.
Yes, Marie, go ahead.
Yeah, I really noticed that, and noticed how I found that a very powerful exercise, just the whole line across the room thing, and then noticing, yeah, this place and this horrible thing there, and then the playing with it. It's sort of, it changes the power dynamic, doesn't it? It suddenly becomes something different and something that I can engage with and I suppose grapple with differently. So yeah, it just shifts it. It shifts things, and I just found it really helpful.
Yeah, Beverly, yes.
What I found a bit tricky was when we first did the exercise across the room, and then you I can't remember the exact word you used, whether it was obstacle or saboteur, and then I thought, well, I don't have one, because I really enjoyed the whole process. And I was really enjoying like playing. So then when you said to embody it, and I actually automatically went to the most playful part, and then I thought, oh, that's not what you're asking. And then I was thinking, oh, but I don't know where my saboteur is, because I think I have too much fun all the time. And then I thought, oh, that's it. It's that part of me that is telling me all the time, because I do have lots of fun, a lot, and I do naturally play. And it's that bit that is, be serious. Be serious. You're not being serious enough. You need to be serious about your life. You need to take responsibility. And I thought, that's where it is. So then I actually rewound and then went back to where I am now, because that's the voice that is saying, be serious. But once I started moving, I naturally started to play. So that was quite an interesting thing. Yeah.
Okay. Other things I would like, because I think you were about 11 people in here, and I'm going to ask the people who are not here. Most people told me why they couldn't be here, and there's like 21st birthdays and illness and all sorts of stuff. But I want us to talk about this session with each other in the Facebook group. So I'm going to ask everybody who wasn't at the session tonight to watch it as soon as possible, and then so that we can have a dialogue, because there's lots of interesting stuff in what we've just done. When this is like the beginning of a process for us to play with. So while it's fresh with you, please, I'll try and post something either tonight or first thing tomorrow morning. Please go in and just put some of the things that you noticed or that even come to you overnight. And by the way, you know, we don't have to make this concrete that like, now I have, this is the saboteur, this is the one thing, and you make it concrete as though there isn't anything else. It's just like, it's just have a fairly loose relationship with it. It's one aspect that you're looking at or playing with or integrating, or okay, well done. Now we're going to relax. I'd like you to make yourself, this is why I asked you to bring a blanket, a cushion and a mat. Make yourself comfortable on the floor so that you're fully supported. Your body's not doing any work. So you want to be if you can organize yourself so that you can be warm on the floor, you don't want to be cold. So get some rugs or jackets or whatever you have. So you make yourself a cozy little nest there. Or if, you know, I don't know what room you're in, if there's a bed, you don't need to be on the floor if there's a bed or a sofa. And so we did a lot. We stretched in a lot of directions this evening, and we shared a lot. And now is a time just to integrate, like at the end of a yoga session where you stretch your muscles, and there's this important bit at the end where the body integrates and the nervous system gets a chance to catch up. And that's what we're going to use some minutes for now. Not to write, just to rest and let your body integrate. We just have a bit of nice music coming. Oh, me. Here I am again. So we come to the end of our 4th session together. And just before we finish and blow out our candle, here's a moment just to share something. Could be a word. Could be an appreciation.
Release.
Five is the magic number.
5, did you say?
Warm space.
Play.
Worry.
Who was that? Nicola?
Yeah.
Okay. On the count of 3, you need to unmute yourself for this. On the count of 3, you have to blow out my candle in Norway. 1, 2, 3. I managed to set fire to all the papers during that. Okay, lovely, everybody. I'll see you in the Facebook group in the morning.
Thank you, Angela, and
Thank
everyone.
you.
Yeah.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Thank
All right.
you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye, everyone.
10,
Bye.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4,
Ooh.
3, 2, 1.